Hello and welcome everybody. So Marla and I decided to do this little video. What you're seeing now is Marla heading to immigration from the city of Panabo where we live, and she's heading there without me. So prior to this, what you guys didn't see is Marla had to go and try and get a power of attorney letter to go and extend my visa for me on my behalf, because I am still not able to stand or sit for more than maybe 15 minutes at a time. But it is getting better, so we're not here to talk about my horrible health. So that's Marla showing her little pay stub there, the ticket that they gave her. With only 45 pesos to get to Davao, which is pretty good. Coming back, it's 70. So 45, really good deal for her to get to Davao. So yeah, like I said, prior to this, she had to go to a lawyer. We have a lawyer here in our city, and this is our second time using him for something. Oddly enough, in the Philippines, in order for something to become notarized, it has to be an attorney, an actual lawyer is the only person that can be a notary public in the Philippines. So what we did was we got a special power of attorney from him. It was pretty low cost. Now, all attorneys charge different prices, of course, everyone's individual. There's no real structure like there is in the United States when it comes to notary public fees. So there's not really a guideline. The average, it's all over the board depending on what you need. If you need one simple sheet of paper notarized, figure it could cost anywhere between 1 and 500 pesos, and the prices go higher than that. So something like an SPA, you can figure you're going to spend anywhere between 300 and maybe 2,000 depending on the attorney and where you are. And of course, the fees go even higher than that if you're talking about property sales. Property sales, it's pretty basic, of 1 to 2% for the property documents to be notarized. Anyway, so like I said, Marla's traveling here. She's still in Panabo. Eventually, she's coming up to the checkpoint, because there is a checkpoint in Panabo going into Davao. And it is for a couple of reasons. Number one, in Mindanao, we are still under it's still militarized here. There was martial law, but according to martial law, it expired this year. So I'm not sure why it's still hanging on, but it is. And the military has a checkpoint. So this is pre-COVID. But of course, now that there's COVID, they check your QR code. Marla had to talk to the military. Everyone's kind of asked why they're going into Davao. And of course, she said, immigration. So as you can see, that's the huge line of cars now getting checked. And it is quite an ordeal. It's been an ordeal for a long time, but COVID has not helped the situation. Okay, you have the classic cutter guy cutting in line. So it's just an absolute mess trying to go into different cities. But I'm really glad she captured this. This is what we agreed to do. I was going to do the voiceover, and she's getting just some video in. But really happy. I wanted to say too, Marla was a real lifesaver with all of this. Of course, she's my partner. We've been together for over 2 years, but you want to make sure too, guys and gals coming here looking for a Filipina partner, you're going to want to make sure that they're willing to do this kind of stuff for you if you need help. They always say too, the biggest judgment, the biggest telltale of a relationship is how your partner is when you're sick, when you're down. Are they able to take care of you? And Marla is definitely a caregiver, and I really appreciate her. And of course, I'm the guy who, I'm a pretty proud person. I'm not thrilled, and I'm certainly not the easiest to live with. I'm a grumpy, in pain guy right now. And at the age of 32, it's not something that I ever anticipated. So I am forever grateful that she did so much. You might be wondering, too, how we got the power of attorney. As you can see, to the bike line there. I'm really glad she got this footage at the checkpoint. So you might be wondering how we got the power of attorney, the SPA. And we were actually able to do it mostly electronically. So Marla had to go to our lawyer, and because he had previous experience with me, she took my passport down, and I sent him an email with my IDs as well. And let me pick this back up in just a second. We're going to let Marla talk.
So after in the task force, they are going to ask like where you will go in Davao. Then, if not important, they will not allow you to get in, and they not ask for my QR code, and I just asked what they asked for, and they said that where you will going, what place you will like after this. So I said immigration, so they let me in without scanning QR code. They not scan QR code, they just like checking IDs. So stay tuned for the next video. So we're going to immigration already. We're here in the bus waiting for some, and
So, as I was saying, I sent him a bunch of paperwork, and she had to actually go there in person with her IDs as well. And he let me do a video. So what I did was I recorded a video showing him my ID and reading a letter that I wrote myself, giving Marla permission to act on my behalf. And he has a special form there that he has, pre-done on his computer. And yeah, we just took care of it like that. And very happy with that process. We did have a little hiccup. The hiccup was there were lines under our signatures, or I'm sorry, lines under our names on the document, and we both signed on the line. And of course, in the Philippines, you're supposed to sign over your name. So we both didn't do that, so she had to go back, and it was just a back and forth game. But like I said, it was definitely not an easy day for her, this day you're seeing. She just did the SPA this morning, so this was on Thursday, and it is Friday in the Philippines right now. So, like I said, forever grateful for her, and I will talk back with you when she is closer to immigration. Thanks for watching, guys. Keep on watching.
so we're here in the Ladislao, so I need to get taxi here to go in immigration. So let's get. Going to immigration.
So this is Marla. She's inside the taxi now. She didn't have anything to say, that's why I'm recording this. So she's on her way to immigration. She got the taxi at Ladislao in Davao from the bus, and the taxi costs 80 pesos from Ladislao to immigration. That's usually with a few peso tip as well. And you could take a jeepney, but the jeepneys are crowded, and it's hot outside. They only cost 8 pesos for the jeepney, but you have to wait around, and they're hard to get because they're so crowded. So she didn't get anything at immigration itself, But she did get her journey. I'm going to put in a little spot right here saying how much immigration was and all of the fees right now.
On the way home. I'm here in the Eco Terminal, Ecoland Terminal.
Okay, so that was Marla's little trip. She is on her way back now on the bus in Davao. What she did was, after immigration was 7,210 pesos, which we did not expect. I actually only sent Marla there to give them a maximum of 7,000. And I really felt like a jerk because it was very tight for her to get home money-wise. I wanted her to be able to get herself some lunch there at the Chow King, and that was not even close to possible. She had literally exactly the amount of money to come home. I didn't anticipate the fees at immigration to be so high. I thought the highest was going to be about 6,800, and that was with the ACR card, but there was a fee that I didn't realize when you are late, and that is a reconsideration fee, which is 500 pesos as well. So that extra 500 I thought she was going to have to go get herself some lunch was obviously taken by immigration. So it was a very tight money-wise journey home for her, and I was very disappointed in myself for putting her in that spot. And of course, I'm here very anxious, hoping that she has enough to get home. What she does is, after immigration, she has to take a taxi to the Davao terminal, and that taxi can cost, anywhere between 110 to 140 pesos, depending on traffic. And luckily, it was only 120. It was 115, and she only gave the guy a 5 peso tip, so 120 pesos. And that was very lucky, because if it was any more, it would have been tight. It would have been tight. She would have had to come home with her tricycle and get money inside. I think would be the best case scenario. But if traffic was worse, I mean, she might not have even had the money for the bus ticket. The bus ticket, she found out, was 70 pesos coming home, which is more than it has been in the past. It used to be 60. So now that it's 70, it was just all different kinds of things when it comes to fees that we weren't used to. And I want, it's hard to send Marla out with a bunch of money. I'm always nervous because we all know she's not the best at spending. So it makes me, I try to give her a little extra, but I don't want to give her so much extra that she decides to, come home with a bag of knickknacks that she wanted to spend, 20 bucks on. So anyway, it ended up working out. Like I said, this is her voyage home, and she has to go back through the checkpoints. It was a mission completed successfully in our minds. And I'm really hoping that you're enjoying this. I know it's hard for her to record even though she wasn't talking. But hopefully me blabbing away is entertainment along with watching this. At least I hope so. So, thank you guys for watching. Continue to watch. And we will see you on the next one. Thank you guys.